Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, the full-on Season 6 update dropped within Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, and of course, we have plenty of new patch notes to go through and break down for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone as well. So, starting first here on the multiplayer side of things, of course, the patch notes sort of reiterate the whole roadmap reveal and all the major content. We've discussed this in previous videos. Over the past couple of days, we have a billion shipment variants dropping. We've got some Halloween themed maps, which is pretty cool. A couple of new weapons, various new attachments. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So there's a new suppressor, large caliber suppressor with an integral laser for tactical low profile action, a new underbarrel, the brace fire, a side angled foregrip that provides improved control, stability, and handling, and a new compensator. Gonna have to take a look at those and see if those are worth it. We also have some new aftermarket parts dropping as well. There's gonna be 4 weekly challenges for a new animated weapon camo as well, some new operators, a lot of descriptions for the operators for some reason, several new events coming throughout the season, the final prestige and level cap update, ranked play resets, so on and so forth. But getting into the actual patch notes here, stability and performance addressed several causes of server-side stability and performance degradation. That's great. Also fix an issue that occurred while editing loadouts on a fresh account. For customization, increased animation rate and emissive intensity of the Orion camo, added a scrolling animation to the penny camo, removed a duplicate calling card. For multiplayer specific updates here with UI and UX, locked MW2 weapon mastery calling cards are now visible. They fixed an issue causing an incorrect mode icon during map voting, an issue with menu performance, and then also an issue causing parties to disband upon transitioning to Warzone. For progression, they added several static and animated calling cards to Armory unlocks. They made a couple of specific mode updates here. So Cyber Attack sees several fixes that Sledgehammer previewed a few days ago. Then Infected got a bunch of individual updates here. If you want to read the exact specifics, feel free to go ahead and pause the video. They did a lot for Infected for some reason, and even more for overhauling all these survivor loadouts and changing up those a little bit. So a lot of Infected updates for sure. That mode will feel completely different in terms of what you're able to use there. Private Match added the following maps to the available selection. It's basically a bunch of the variant maps, some MW2 maps as well. Then we get to the weapon updates. Keep in mind, these are multiplayer specific updates. Warzone may and probably will have completely different or expanded updates. But on the STG, they decreased the maximum damage and the maximum damage range, alongside the near to medium damage range and the medium damage range. Within its maximum damage range, the STG is no longer capable of being a 3-shot kill, so the STG gets some nerfs in multiplayer. The M4 from MW2 increased near to medium damage, the minimum damage, and the head and neck multiplier. That's a solid buff there. The Chimera also gets some buffs here to its minimum damage, its max damage range, and its near to medium damage range. The Razorback gets some updates here. Increase the max damage, near to medium damage, minimum damage, and near to medium damage range. M13C, they decreased the sprint to fire time. The Gun Kick, they increased the max damage range, the near to medium damage range, and the medium damage range. That's way better for the close range now. And then the Geist decreased the ADS time. They increased the max damage range, the near to medium damage range, and the medium damage range. So they're actually following through and buffing several MW2 weapons. For battle rifles, the Lockman 7.62, they decreased the recoil and it increased the stability on it, so that's easier to use now. Cronin Squall, same deal. FTAC Recon, they decreased the recoil. TAC V, they decreased the ADS time and they increased the firing aim stability. And the SO14, they increased the max range, the near to medium range, and the medium range. For SMGs, the Supri decreased the near to medium damage, the max damage range even more by 27%. That's actually a decent nerf there. Decreased the near to medium damage range and then also the medium damage range. The Static decreased the maximum damage by 9%. The near to medium damage, the medium damage, and the far to medium damage range was removed. Within its max damage range, the Static is no longer capable of a 4-shot kill without a headshot now. The loudest bird ever is outside, but we also got MW2 SMG updates on the ISO, increased the near to medium damage, the minimum damage, the max damage range, then various multipliers. The ISO 9 increased the max range, the near to medium damage, the medium damage, then also the minimum damage, so damage buffs across the board for that. On the P90, increased the max damage, near to medium damage, minimum damage, so every range there gets better better damage now. Decreased the near to medium damage range though, removed the far to medium damage range, and increased the headshot multiplier. Adjustments to the damage ranges are to compensate for the decreased number of shots to kill. On the Fennec, they increased the max damage, near to medium damage, mid damage, minimum damage. Maximum damage range was decreased though, as was the near to medium damage range and the medium damage range. Adjustments to the damage ranges are to compensate for the decreased number of shots to kill. The Baz P increased the near to medium damage, then also the multipliers, and then the Vaznev increased the max damage, the medium damage, and the far to medium damage. So we might actually see some competitive MW2 subs in multiplayer. For LMGs on the RPK, the conversion kit, they actually did a lot of damage adjustments here, decreased the max, the near to medium, the minimum, and the maximum damage. They also decreased the near to medium damage range and then the head multiplier. Then on the 5.56 Icarus, they increased the damage ranges on this across the board alongside various multipliers as well. On the EBR, increased the neck and upper torso modifiers and then also the lower torso modifier. SPR increased the max damage range and increased the lower torso multiplier. Tempest Torrent, better damage and better multipliers. LMS, better upper torso and neck multipliers. And then SAB 50, better damage range for its max range. For snipers, the Carrick increased the max damage, the near to medium damage, the medium damage, and the minimum damage, but they did end up decreasing the range for near to medium a little bit. The Basilisk increased the maximum damage, increased the near to medium damage range, so range buffs across the board there. The Spear, they fixed an issue causing Fist to retain increased damage after depleting the thrown spears. That's kind of crazy. And then for attachments on the Kimura Laser, they removed a duplicate attachment on some shotguns for this. Then the Volk conversion, they fixed an issue with some incompatible attachments. Then the Enhanced Vision Goggles fixed an exploit involving the Juggernaut streak with those. We then get into our zombies updates here with gameplay. Fix an issue causing shock sticks to prevent entity encounter from progressing, and then also a crash that occurred when throwing a spear at a Hellhound. Then on the Reclaimer 18 Devastators, they fix an issue preventing damage dealt from two mercenary enemies. That's actually all the zombies changes. So let's jump over to the Warzone patch notes now. So as we dive into all the Warzone updates and changes, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day, I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. It's all right here. So if you want to guarantee you never miss a thing when it comes to Call of Duty, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1 million subs, so I'd love to have you join us. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always really appreciated. It does help grow the channel and share the video around to new viewers. We obviously have our new battle pass as well, the various events that we talked about before. Same performance updates as over in multiplayer, a loadout crash on fresh accounts, and then some server updates there. Customization, Orion looks a little bit better now. Scrolling animation on the penny camo, and then removing some duplicate calling cards. We obviously have the Hellspawn variant of Rebirth, is like the Halloween theme one there, basically. Vandal gets Vandal Knight. We got the Purgatory LTM, which is more of a sandbox mode with special power-ups. That'll be fun to mess around with. That'll be live for 4 weeks. Zombie Royale will as well. And this will be on Hellspawn for the first 2 weeks, and then Vandal Knight for the second 2 weeks. General updates, we've got some new Warzone reward camos, so you can go through and complete specific challenges for those, and Champions Quest refreshes are happening as well. For map updates, we made some minor adjustments to ground loot across the board, and then upload intel contracts no longer award a bunker key. For Resurgence on Fortune's Keep, the number of kills required for the daily challenge has been reduced to 2, so that's super easy. We got a couple of new weapons, the Kastov LSW LMG and the DTIR 30-06 battle rifle, obviously both available in the battle pass. Some new compensators, some new muzzles and suppressors and whatnot here, so same deals over in multiplayer, then one new underbarrel as well. We'll have to check those out. New aftermarket parts. Then we get into our weapon updates, specific for Warzone, of course. So here, BP50. Far to mid damage range increase. The BP50 gets even better. I'm loving what I'm hearing. They also buffed the Revenger kit as well with better range and a better neck modifier. That's a huge buff for the BP50. Holger 5.56 max range is better now. MCW near to medium damage range is better, and the mid damage range is better. That could be pretty huge for the MCW TTK. On the MTZ headshot modifier buff, the MTZ gets even better yet again. STG max damage range decreased, near to mid damage range decreased, lower torso modifier decreased, lower arm and hand modifier decreased. So multiplier nerfs and then range nerfs on the STG. Could that actually be enough to finally knock it out of the meta? It's going to have a much slower TTK now, basically beyond 45 meters, or really what is now 36 meters for that near to mid damage range. So that could be a significant change there. SVA near to medium damage range was buffed. M13C faster sprint to fire time now. M16 conversion kit, better max range, better near to mid damage range, better mid damage range. That's just better across the board, and that's actually a pretty good rifle, not gonna lie. Then on the Geist, decrease the ADS time there. Interesting that there were no damage updates to like the M13C, the Geist like we saw over in multiplayer. We're gonna have to test and see if some of those snuck into Warzone and just weren't mentioned here. For battle rifles here, they made the recoil just better on the Cronin Squall across the board. Same deal on the FTAC Recon, same deal on the Lockman 7.62, and then on the TAC V, made the ADS faster, made the firing aim stability better. For SMGs, the AMR9, better max damage range, better mid damage range, better lower torso modifier. That's going to be a decent sniper support sub still. HMR9, better range now, better lower torso modifier as well. Ram 9, better range for max, and then also mid damage. No nerf to the static, no nerf to the supery. I don't know why, because these are cool buffs, but the static and the super are probably still gonna dominate everything. The RAL Proteon conversion kit, they actually nerfed this a decent bit. Headshot modifier nerf, neck modifier nerf, upper and lower torso modifier nerf, and then arm modifier nerf. So the damage is gonna be worse on the RAL conversion kit now. The spear, they fixed an issue with the fists having better damage for that. Ranked play, Season 6 of Warzone Ranked play ends on Thursday, October 17th. A countdown timer will be displayed for that. So Ranked play this time around is going to be ending just before Black Ops 6 ends up dropping. Updated Resurgence. Compete in the next season of Resurgence Ranked play. Oh, so this is just the basic refresh. It's not really a true update. There's still going to be decent rewards, though. You get some camos depending on your rank and everything. The usual stuff going on here for a seasonal reset. Then we got a couple of bug fixes. Fixed menu performance degradation when tracking challenges, fixed an issue with parties disbanding upon transitioning to Warzone, then a UI performance update when entering Warzone as well. So an interesting meta update for sure. Some decent buffs to MW2 guns, a nice buff to the BP50 as well, and of course we'll have to check out some of those new weapons and new attachments. But that is everything that ended up changing in the Season 6 update for Warzone and MW3, and that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be seriously appreciated, and if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.